She actually gets jealous because she thinks I take his side.
She always does. You know, put the...
You mean that?
Never. Have some fun. That's what
Oh,
she said.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to have some fun then, but be careful as well.
Mum's like, on the topic of condoms, do you think as a mum you had an instinct that Spencer was the one?
I did in some ways and didn't in others.
Right.
That was because...
You look really sweet. You're right. Just check yourself out. You look really sweet.
I don't.
I look like I'm not even bothered and you're like chilling and you look cute. Hello honeys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're just tuning in now, then hi, my name's Imogen and this is my beautiful mum.
Hi.
Hello, cute. Yes, mummy hasn't been in the channel for a while.
What's this about? Is that the house?
Honestly, you look at me and you're like, you're weird, and I'm like, Mum, I came from you. Like,
I know, I do the same thing.
she does the same thing. She does the same thing. You were telling me earlier about what you're doing. Okay, comfortable. Jumpy legs.
Oh dear.
Anyway, today we are doing another chatty video with my mum, a nice open Q&A. I put questions to my Instagram and I'm so grateful that a lot of you came back with some nice juicy open questions, which we love. I really apologise if I look like absolute shite. It's because I feel like SHIT. I've got cold sores, I've got the lot. I love it, I love it. If you want to give me another illness, just chuck it my way.
Oh, shut up.
No, I'm
don't
fine.
look ill.
But mummy looks very sweet. Hello beautiful, I have lost myself and I'm losing myself a bit more each day. My boyfriend of 5 years broke up with me before Christmas last year. This was out of the blue and made no sense to me. He said he just wanted some space to get himself back better and one day come back. In the past year I've waited and every time we spoke he told me he'd come back one day and is just focusing on him. Recently he opened up to me and told me he slept with other girls and I've also been sent pictures of him on nights out and dates. He still says he is unhappy and has even cried and said he wants me in the future. What shall I do? I'm mentally and physically drained and I feel like I'm wasting every single day using my energy waiting for him. He must just not feel the same.
Well, personally, this is going to be quite hard. Not harsh, but I personally think you've got to start moving on and thinking about yourself.
100%.
Because at the end of the day, he's having his cake and eating it. He's going off and enjoying himself and you're sitting at home feeling really sorry for yourself, which is understandable, but you're not actually fulfilling your own life. So at the end of the day, you're a person in your own right. And you should be saying, okay, this is really painful, and perhaps you still do love him and completely understand. Like I was in a similar situation once before, but then I sort of thought about it in myself and thought, you know what, I deserve to respect myself.
Yeah, you are
and
very
I
strong.
actually deserve, and it's one thing I've always sort of tried to do through life. And however much pain and grief you go through, there'll always be someone else, not at the moment or immediately, but there'll always be someone else that love you. And then when the man, especially men, when they start to see that you're getting on with life and you don't need them anymore and you're not needy, then they start to come back. And that is the way to do it, because why would you want to pine for someone that actually is giving you no respect and still sleeping with other women? Sorry, but honestly, move on, like, have his life, and you think about number one, because you're the most important at the moment.
Do you know what he wants? He wants to have you there because he wants to marry you, because you are wifey material. He loves you, he adores you, but he's not ready for commitment yet. He wants to go out and be the single lad and then always have you there.
And will he ever be? Will he ever be?
There you go. You're his
be the
security
lad?
blanket, but does he actually, and I know this is so horrible to say because this is no reflection on you because you are amazing. It's a reflection on him. He is unfortunately really weak and can't let you go because he's worried about you moving on, isn't he?
And also, he'll hate it when you move on. So when you suddenly, you don't need to put it in his face or anything like that, so I've got someone else. You need to switch him off a bit, because I found that when I did that, they actually come running back for you more.
Yeah, and you'll probably realise you don't want him.
And then you get to a point where you go, I don't really need you anymore, and then it's their loss, and then they're like, what have I done? Because, you know, at the end of the day, just value yourself.
It's going to make you really ill as well. It will make you ill.
It will
like,
make you ill.
You've wasted, I know this sounds horrible, but you've wasted 1 year waiting for him and he's still not back. He slept with other women. That is so degrading and disrespectful to you. Like, if he wants to go and do that, fine. But he can't tell you he loves you and he's going to come running back to you. Like, I'm just going to sleep with these girls, but I'll come back to you one day. That's not fair.
Imagine it was the other way around. I'm pretty sure he would have an issue with that.
Exactly.
Pretty sure he'd be absolutely devastated and angry and whatever. But the thing I always say to people as well is that if you love someone, which we all get heartbroken, but what you've got to say to yourself, you go through the grief, you go through the misery, you go through the pain, and that's awful pain. But actually, if someone doesn't love you enough to have that respect, or someone doesn't value you, then value yourself and say, do you know what? I don't need this, I'm better than that. And there's always someone there for you. And in fact, just love yourself first before anyone else can love you. So I would actually say, I think pull yourself together, girl. We're strong, us women.
On.
We're strong.
You've got this.
You know.
You need to tell yourself how amazing you are and what you deserve, because right now, Angel, you are settling for something very little from what you deserve. Like, you are. you're waiting around for someone who isn't treating you the way you should be treated.
No. And also I think it's a real, as a woman, as you get older, obviously I'm older as well, it's an empowerment feeling, and the older you get, the better you go. You know, we have our insecurities in our days, and you think, oh, I need to put up with that, I need to put up with that because I couldn't get anything better, or we all do it, however confident we sort of think we all are. We all have those days where someone takes them off, what am I going to do, how am I going to financially do this? But actually, if they don't love you enough, they don't want to be with you, why would you pursue? You know, when you hear these relationship things where a girl's done something to get to the boyfriend, or she's done something where lets herself go, and you're thinking, God, darling, you know, he's not wanting you, so please just say, I'm better than that. And he probably does love you still, want you deep down, but he still thinks he should have you on a string, and you're better than to be on a string.
And who's to say, if he did come back, could you ever trust him? Do you think you'd ever be able to trust him? He's done all these things and led you on, like, you know, for a year now. Do you think you'd ever think to yourself, I feel secure in this relationship? Like, that's what you really need to think. If he did come back, would you never think he'd do it to you again? Because I would. No. I know what I'm like.
But the thing is also, there are relationships, when I've heard, when they've been young and they've got to get out of their system. They've got it out of their system, and they've had the most wonderful marriage and children. They've looked back and he's grown up, and the guy said, excuse me, I was an idiot, and
he said, I'm burping and I'm going to throw up in your face.
My little cup of tea, a very special mum. Because I'm very special.
How sometimes it works, they come back together, but I don't think after a year that you should be still waiting around. I think you either need to say, listen, mate, I'm not going to wait for you around any longer.
Months, baby girl.
Exactly.
You know, come on.
You're amazing. I know this might be harsh.
This is The Voice Within by
oh yeah, Christina Aguilera.
Christina Aguilera.
You were going to say Mariah Carey, weren't
I know. Christina Aguilera is a really good song when you're heartbroken, you feel, but it gives you that, oh my God, yeah, what am I doing? You know, have that cry, have that shout, have that, but pull yourselves together, girls. We're stronger and better than that, and we don't need to put up with that rubbish.
You don't want to look back in 5 years and think, I wasted that much time on someone who didn't even waste an inch of time on me. You know, you need to really put yourself
We've all done
first.
it though. So we're not sitting here saying we haven't. I've been an absolute vulnerable thing.
No, we're not judging you because it's natural, like everyone's heart breaks and you feel that way, but we're just telling you because we care, you can do so much better.
And how many times we have relationships or conversations with people where you go, oh, he's going to love me one day, and he's going to want me, he said this to me, he said that to me, and you're thinking, you're wasting your life, you know, so what that he's not showing he wants you at the moment anymore. He will, if he wants you here and it's meant to be, it'll be meant to be. But if he loses you to someone that's going to treasure you and give you all the love, and you're going to think, do you know what? I actually have someone now that values me and loves me and doesn't want to shag everything else. And you'll think, oh, I'm so glad that was the past thing that happened. But that's the only way we grow sometimes and learn.
I think that you have to go through things like that, don't you?
However much your parents, like I've tried to say, don't do this, don't do that, because it'll happen.
You have to go through it yourself.
You have to go through it, and that's the thing.
And then you get older and you're like, I wish I listened to my parents, but you just never will. And I know, I look at mum and I'm thinking, I wish I'd listened to you when I was younger, because you always knew that things were going to work out for me with men and those things and jobs and stuff. And then I think, I know when I have kids, they're going to do the same thing, and I'm going to say, baby, please, 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 don't worry about it, it'll be fine. And she won't listen to me. Basically, long story short, you're amazing and we love you and we're backing you full way, and any other girl that's watching this or any other boy that's watching this and feels the same way, you can do this. Know your worth, realise your worth, put your time, that year, put that time into you, fixing on you, like what you like doing, go and spend time doing what you want to do, and I think you'll find yourself then.
I think the thing is, as parents, we're hypocrites as well, you know, parents, when people say, oh, parents say this, but they do it themselves. Yeah, that is really true, because at the end of the day, however much we're mum or dad, we're human beings, you know, and we make our own mistakes, and sometimes we want to make mistakes, even if we're a parent, you know, I know that myself, so it doesn't mean that what people do is completely, it's just where people learn from things.
True.
So if this guy's going out doing that, he's purely thinking that you're just going to keep waiting, then come on, girl. Don't keep waiting.
I always think a really good way of looking at it is, let's say when you're older, I don't know how old you are, but let's say you're older and you have a little girl and she comes to you and says, Mummy, this boy's doing this to me. What would you say to her? You tell her to leave him, sack him off, get rid of him, and you say, realise your worth. So I think the message you'd give to your younger self or the message you give to your daughter is what you need to take on yourself.
Definitely.
Right, next question.
Well, thank you very much for that.
Oh, look, she loves it. Mum loves it. Okay. Single mummy at 28, never had a long-term relationship, feel like it's never going to happen. Any advice? It will happen.
It will happen.
Yeah.
And don't look for it.
No.
And also, I think when you have a child, see your child as a credit to your relationship. Often people see it as, oh, I've got a child, I'm tied down. So, you know, yes, children do make life a little bit trickier because you've got this other person, but they're also going to grow older. And they're also going to be like your absolute best friend or whatever when they get older for you. So see that as in it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Any man that doesn't actually value you with your child is no good anyway.
True.
Because you've got to look at that next potential boyfriend or partner or whatever and say, would he be nice to my child? Because at the end of the day, you know, you only get one chance of being a parent, and sometimes we don't get it right all the way through, we mess up, but there's another learning curve. Life is one big learning thing. So I think everyone ends up with somebody, but just don't look like you're looking, because men are so weak sometimes. Not all men, that's really bad.
No, but true.
But they are a bit scared of the very desperate woman. If you look really desperate, it's like why people go for married couples and things, because they're very relaxed, they're very comfortable, and they're in a relationship. Whereas when a woman is single, we give off a bit of a, oh, I want to be with someone, I want to be with someone. And I think men find that a bit
and you walk into the wrong person.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to be single forever and then walk into a really bad relationship. I think you just need to own that. Be like, I'm 28. I was 25 and I've been single for 5 years and I didn't even care. I didn't go around telling everyone. I was like, chill, I'm single for 5 years and I'm loving it. Like, I think you need to be like that, and then you attract more.
And you'll be in a situation where you're with your child or without your child, and someone will just be there. It won't be on a dating web sometimes. I don't think they always work. It's either sometimes in a work situation, you could be in a cafe,
you
even
could
in a
spill milk in Tesco, and your baby prince for the love of your life could come up and be like, you spilled milk. And you'll be like, got milk.
And smile, give off positive vibes. People, one thing I've always been lucky to have is the fact that, you know, whatever life's thrown at me, I've always been able to be quite a smiley person.
Show us your smile now. There you go, lovely smile.
So I think, it gives me laughter lines and everything else to go.
Oh,
hey,
shut
who
up.
cares? I'm a real person.
Not even
but at the end
listening.
of the day, people feed from that. It's about looks to a point, but people feel off from that warm woman. And one of the comments I used to get quite a lot when I was a young mum was, I love the way you are as a mum. I think when people see a positive young lady that's like actually smiley and not negative, you know, like you see women sometimes, they're all negative and bitchy to each other. Those sort of people just,
can't cope with it.
They get what they want in a sort of manipulative way. But you know, you're happier inside if you give off that.
I went to this coffee shop the other day and these women, honestly, they sat there for 2 hours. I was having a meeting. They sat there for 2 hours just bitching about people. Did you hear what Tracy did the other weekend? Did you hear what
awful.
It's awful. You're wasting your life bitching about people.
But men don't find that attractive.
No.
Men like people that are a little bit sort of smiley, friendly, you know. And
you're still 28. 28 is so young.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you've got your whole, people meet people when they're 30, 40, 50, 60. You hear about it all the time.
I remember about being 28. It's really, really weird. Do you remember we went to Hercules, you, me and Jacob? And I went home and now Vera bought me that big bunch of flowers. It was on the table.
I don't remember. How old would I have been?
You'd have been
5.
5.
Jacob would have been 8.
I went down to see Hercules. We parked up at the top of Brighton.
I love Hercules.
And we went to see the film Hercules. I've never forgotten that at 28.
Hercules.
But yeah, I think the 20s are hard, to be honest, girls.
Same.
I think
20 to 25 for me was weird.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I want to go into my counselling and stuff I want to do with young teenagers.
Yeah,
but I think the thing is, with that sort of age, everything hits you in your 20s. Like all the things you dealt with as a child, whether that was parents were difficult, or just life, or schooling, or bullying. I think you get through your teens and you don't know who you are. You sort of find this, and then you get to your 20s, and it's like, oh my god, world is really scary.
Because when you're at school, you kind of have a regime. You go to school, and then you go into college, and then you go into university. Then if you don't go to university or you leave university, you're like, what am I doing with my life? And it all hits you. You're kind of like, all your insecurities come out. It's just a dark 20s for me was just weird.
It is a hard time for your 20s, and especially when you're a mum. I know how that felt. I used to feel quite lonely being a mum at that age.
You've got a lovely little baby.
And you've got a lovely child. You know, at the end of the day, they just treasure each other, and that person will come along. But don't feel desperate for it. Don't look, you know, because just enjoy your time. You're still so young, and there's always someone out there for everyone.
So you will meet someone, baby girl.
And let us know when you do. And I hope we'll vet him and see if he's okay. And if he's not, we'll have a right go.
I've been feeling really low lately, and I don't know what to do to get out of it.
Well, it's hard to say when we don't know more background than that.
But everyone feels low.
Yeah. And
Mum's got jumpy legs.
Yes, hold on, I'm right in the camera. That's all about me now.
There, go on, sit in the camera. Love
I'm
that.
joking. I have got a dead leg actually.
Have you?
Yeah, I'm moving. I've got pins and needles. Not that one, the wrong leg. So what? You're crazy.
I love how she pretends to be normal around me. I'm like, Mum.
Oh, I'm really crazy. They know I am. They know I am. But getting back to you, bless you. Feeling low. Yeah, we all go through it, and we all have our moments where it is really difficult to get through sometimes, isn't it? And we find a way. But the best thing to do is, if it's something that's obviously is going on for a long time and things aren't getting easier, then obviously speak to your doctor, because don't get too low and just leave it. If it's something that's like you're just feeling low and you have good days and bad days and it's not so bad, then just look at doing things for you. Have a little bit of time out. Do exercising is brilliant when you feel low. Smiling, laughing with your friends.
Being around people that make you feel positive.
Yeah, don't be around
out.
negative people. Negative people are drainers. They're absolute drainers.
Cut negative people out if you're feeling low. Pick yourself up. Go and do something that you like doing. If that's going shopping, if that's going horse riding, if that's going for long walks, if that's putting yourself down and drawing, if that's reading a nice book. Read a nice positive book. I love doing that. Watch positive people on YouTube. Also, things like that, they can help you.
Yeah, and also, well, Imogen's positive.
Yes,
Imogen, which you obviously do. So, but also, the other thing I read the other day, that it's okay to not be okay. It was a brilliant line.
Yeah.
It's okay to not be okay.
I love that line.
And you know, we often go past, hey, how are you? And everyone goes, fine. I went to the salon the other day. No, actually, I'm not fine, but probably you don't want to know that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we've got to get better at saying, actually, it's okay to say how you feel.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Open up to people you feel that you can trust.
Talk about it.
Yeah,
talk
about it, and get the strength from it, and just feel that, you know, one of the things I used to love reading, and another little thing I'm going to quote, is Footprints. Footprints is a brilliant thing, because even if it doesn't have to be based on a religious aspect, but it was written that way. But if you read it, it talks about being on your own, feeling lonely and feeling really down, and the person says, whoever it's a god or whoever it is, because I don't want to preach because I'm not into that, but whoever it is, it's sort of the conversation goes, it's like, so and so, why at my lowest times I feel there was only one set of footprints in the sand, because at first they see two sets. Look it up, it's called Footprints, it's brilliant. And then the person replies and says, my precious child, at that time I'm carrying you. That's why you only see one set of footprints in the sand. And I think Leona Lewis sang a song about it as well.
I think that also, you are feeling low at the moment, but you have to understand that you will come out of that. Everyone has been in a dark place, and if you haven't been in a dark place, then I feel lucky for you. But I think that everyone has felt low at some point. Yeah, even if it's your low might be a different low to someone else's, but I think that you have to understand that you will definitely get through that. Honestly, like,
if you just think, oh, okay, I'm feeling like this, but it's going to go bit by bit, it does go. But if it doesn't go, that's when you need to get a little bit of extra help, because don't suffer on your own, and definitely don't speak to people. But
you will feel better.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, like we said, it's difficult because we've only got one line, haven't we, of what you're saying. But if there's anything more in depth than that, then obviously please go and get help, and don't be alone. Don't ever feel alone.
No. But thanks for even writing it. I think that's a really good thing.
That's the first step.
Exactly. Like, you're actually saying to yourself, I don't feel great at the moment. I do feel low. You know, I think when I've gone to mum sometimes, I'm like, I feel really down right now.
Don't ever be embarrassed of it.
No. You're like, you do feel down, but you have to also focus on positives. Because there are positives. Even if they're tiny, you will find them. So just try and focus on some positives as well.
And also write it down. Write down why you feel you're feeling low, because writing is really therapeutic. Even if you write something about you're angry because of something, or you've got a lot of stress from your past, or whatever it could be, if you write it, it's actually a therapy in itself. And you can rip it up, you can burn it, you can get rid of all that negativity, and then you can start refocusing. There's a lot. And there's also, I don't know if Imogen can tag it, but I'm not sure what it's called, but it's something to do with, the doctors prescribe it as well. It's like Mind Map or Mind...
Oh, really?
Healthy Mind. There's something online, but see if you can put it on there or something, because that's actually a really good thing about doing exercise and different things and different focusing. And there's lots of help support out there. There's lots of there's YouthNet, which my husband used to be involved with, and that's all part of...
I linked them before.
Yeah, and I think they might have changed their name.
They have,
They've changed it to something else, haven't they?
I did link
But they're also very good for
I'll put
young,
it in the description.
sort of teenagers up to 20s, late 20s. There's loads of help out there.
If you Google it, there's so many different helplines, forums, chats, so you don't even have to speak to someone like verbally. There's phone lines, there's so many different things.
But keep talk. Don't feel ashamed. Feel that actually that's part of you being a human. That's part of you feeling.
There you go. The camera died, so we've just got it back here now.
So we're back again.
Next one,
back in the room.
Here we go. Is it bad that I started using Tinder purely as a way to hook up with people?
No. Why is it bad?
You do what you want, princess. If you want to go out and get some love and just be safe.
Yes, be very safe, because not everybody is what they see.
No.
And often...
Not just safe like that, but safe.
Oh, that's safe.
Safe, yes.
I was also thinking...
That's safe.
Oh, I was thinking more, all right, that's a bit descriptive. I never taught her that. No, what I meant was not safe as in that I meant safe that you're not going out some psycho.
No, but safe both ways.
Yeah, always check.
Because
often not, my friends have said they go on these things, they see a picture, and they go, oh my God, he's gorgeous. They meet you and they think, you're not the same person.
Catfish.
Is that what it's called?
Catfish. Because apparently a catfish can change or looks a certain way, but actually, I don't know what it actually is, but they're called catfish. So basically, you look a certain way on a photo, you see them and you're like, different person, because they want to lie, these people. But as long as you're being safe, then you do what you want.
Yeah.
I think it's the 21st
Always
century.
In a public place where there's lots of people around. Never let them know where you live straight away. Just be very cautious, but be sensible, and you'll be fine. And I've got friends who've met their perfect,
and you'll be fine.
And I've got friends who've met their perfect husband. They've got babies together. And they're really happy. Got a nice life. So there are nice people out there.
Yeah, I think she means that she wants to just go on Tinder though, just to have some fun. That's what she said.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to have some fun then, but be careful as well.
Mum's like, you probably will meet the love of your life. The baby girl just wants to hook up with people, Mum. She just wants to get with some
Well,
boys.
you be careful then.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I meant, the carefulness.
Oh, okay.
That's what she wants.
Description.
Yeah, okay. Well, be careful and put something on the end
of
of it.
Doing fisting.
There you go. No, not fisting, but you know, put the...
You mean that?
No, rolling it down.
Oh, condoms.
That's what I was doing.
Okay, just put those. Make sure he
wears some rubber. Make sure you put something on the end of it, baby girl, because you don't want to get pregnant if you're not interested in the person and, you know, have a long-term relationship. And you also don't want to catch anything. But if you want to go out, it's the 21st century, and you want to love your life, get some whatever he is. Do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But just be careful.
She sits up, she sits down. Now I look like I'm towering the woman. So I'm just going to sit up and look like a giant. Here we go. Next absolute question. Here she goes.
Your husband feels when I'm in bed, moving around all the time.
On the topic of condoms, is it partly normal or is it bad my partner avoids wearing condoms even when I ask him?
Well, he should be wearing them if you've asked him.
I know. That's not normal and that's not fair.
No, that isn't fair.
I think it is unfortunately very common though. I do actually think that there are a lot of people that will probably agree with you that their partner's been like this, because I know some of my friends have actually turned around and said they wouldn't sleep with someone because the man wouldn't wear a condom. So I do actually think apparently now men are very adamant that they don't like them.
Oh really? Well, they're allergic to them apparently.
Yeah, they don't enjoy it. Well, hun.
The other thing you can do though, this is what a lot of people do in new relationships. If they really don't want to go with a condom, then you go both to the sex clinics. You can go to the health clinic and say, right, okay, I'll go to the clinic, I'll go with that.
I think she might be using condoms because she doesn't want to get pregnant.
Oh, well then obviously go on the pill. Do something to protect yourself, because it's your body at the end of the day and you're the one that's going to be...
But then again, I don't think you should have to go on the pill. If he doesn't want to wear condoms, then you need to say to him, it shouldn't be me having to put a hormone in my body.
No, I know. It's
really bad. You have to come to a compromise, because it's not fair that you have to take it all on. No. Like Spencer was very understanding when I wanted to come off the pill. He was like, okay, I completely understand. If you want to come off the pill, we use condoms. Because you shouldn't have to go through, because I was stressing out with the pill gave me all sorts of side effects, because I left my mum and she gave me lovely hormones, and she can't take the pill either. So I came off the pill and he was really understanding. But you know, some men aren't as understanding, so you have to come to that level of agreement where you either say to him, hun, you wear the condoms. Because
so now we've got this image of Spencer
having a lovely little time in the bed.
Jobs.
Yes. Oh, don't. I do hate them. I don't like them.
They don't bother me. I know. For years.
See, I don't really like condoms, but then I hate the pill, so I'm happy with that.
There's lube.
There is lube.
There's lube. And there's finger ones and there's...
Yeah, true. Exactly. Exactly. There you go. And now you've got an image of my mum with her husband. So I don't know which one was better. Probably me and Spencer.
I like the carry-on continuation from the other girl before.
Yeah.
The condom.
Thank you. Thank you. I chose these questions. Yeah. How do you help wondering if the grass is greener on the other side in a long-term relationship? The grass is never greener.
It's never greener, and I can say that from experience.
Yeah.
It's a different texture. So it is greener sometimes. It depends what you want in life. Sometimes you're not happy with what you've got for various reasons. And we can't all make ourselves happy just because everyone tells you you've got to be happy because you're in a relationship. Because happiness is all about coming within. And if it's the right reasons that you're not happy, because it's just you don't love that person anymore, or something's not right, you don't connect, one's really selfish and the other one isn't, then you shouldn't have to put up with that. So sometimes it's not about the grass is greener, it's about saying,
what you want.
Actually, I can't do this anymore because it's not right for me. But you've got to realise that whenever you walk away from one relationship to another, there's going to be some things that person's going to give you that the other one didn't, and vice versa. So a perfect man or a perfect woman would be a combination of a lot of people together. And none of us are perfect.
Except my husband.
Yes. and mine.
Yes. And us.
And us. But no one's perfect.
No.
How boring would it be to be perfect? But you have to learn. Life is about compromise.
Yes.
And you have to learn. Like, there'll be things Imogen can't stand sometimes. Not can't stand.
Yeah.
Irritate her about Spencer. And things about Imogen that Spencer's irritation about. And Well, he would never admit it, bless him.
No, he knows I'm sometimes
annoying. We all are. And the same with my husband and the way I am and the way he is. But it's what you're willing to put up with. I think that's what I learned in life as I get older. But there are some things that, unfortunately, my marriage didn't last the first time with her father. And I did try for many years and it just didn't work out. But at the end of the day, something wasn't right in our marriage, which is sad. And you don't look, I mean, some women do. They look to go from one marriage to another. But that wasn't me. Some things just don't work out for whatever reason. Yeah. And then you move to something different, but that comes with different things as well. So I think what it is about holistically, what do you want out of life?
I think you need to weigh up what is good in your relationship,
balance.
But also you have to understand that, like Mum says, they're never going to be perfect. So these things that might annoy you about them, it's about working together. A marriage or a relationship is about compromise. Like some things that I do that I know are annoying, I have to understand that they annoy someone. So I have to say to Spencer, I get that might annoy you, so maybe I have to change sometimes. You have to grow and adapt.
You do, you grow. And as you get older, you learn to adapt your behaviours. And you learn to recognise your behaviours. Like I've always been quite good at doing a bit of like, oh, I'm like that, I can be annoying. It's about being able to say sorry sometimes. It's about, so the grass is greener, getting back to your question, is got that for you.
There you go. She loves it. She loves it. Go on.
So the grass is greener bit is, is it greener? No. My theory, and a lot of people who've gone from one relationship to another, it's a different texture. It's just different. It might be a different colour of green. It might be just a different bumpy green grass.
Instead of thinking if the grass is greener, take the time to water your own grass. It'll be just as green.
Oh, that's a good expression. Yeah, because more often not, people give up in their relationships. Yeah. They give up, they can't be bothered with each other, they don't make the effort. But why do we make so much effort when we go out with each other? I always think when you're in a marriage, yes, you irritate each other because you're human beings, and men and women are very different. True. And so you have to learn to compromise, but also, you're right, you have to go, do you know what? There are things I don't always like doing, but my husband likes doing that. So sometimes I have to go, do you know what? It makes him happy.
Golf.
Yeah. Pubs all the time.
And I go to golf and I sat on the buggy, but I loved the fact I had the buggy because I could drive around. Yeah. And then at the end he was like, Mills, thank you so much for coming to go golf with me. And then he then feels like, I'll do other things for Mills as well. Like it's about give and take.
Yeah, but when I think one thing I like about a relationship as well is for
pubs,
me,
golf.
Yeah. But what I like is the fact that I go out with it, do things with my husband, I think, oh God, this really isn't me. But I then found a way to enjoy it and make the best of it. Because what I like with anything, like with the children and just trying to organise a birthday night out for me, for my birthday, it's been about me thinking as a mum, I've got to worry about the diet for my 2 daughters, I've got to worry about what will the children want to eat, I've got to worry about making everybody happy, then the cost of the meal out, and the expense and the location. And as a person, I'm quite like to make sure everyone's happy because that makes me happy. And it's the same in relationships. Sometimes it's not always about someone making you happy. You find your happiness within, but giving and being very like nurturing or something to somebody else. But if you're not getting much back, and actually you're miserable,
just need to weigh up.
Yeah, you weigh it all up. But if you're miserable and you really know deep in your heart that person's not right for you anymore, and you've tried and you've spoken to them,
walk away and put yourself first.
But also you need to communicate. You need to communicate. You need to say to that person, look, I'm always thinking, is it better for me? Blah blah blah.
Yeah, you need to communicate and say to him, these are the things I think we're lacking in our relationship. Can we try and work on them? Yeah, because you really can.
I mean, men are funny though. I must admit. When you say something to them like I've done it in a really tactile way, when I've gone, I just really sort of don't feel happy with that situation. Oh, because you don't want to be with me then. Oh my God, they get
a bit they get worried.
They take it personally because they worry about being left or that you don't love them. But you've also got to not stop showing how you feel.
Yeah, you have to communicate constantly.
Because there's nothing worse than being in a relationship where you can't speak anymore, you can't talk about how you feel, because then you just got this and you need to dance together.
So basically the grass is greener, but you just got to work out if you want your grass to be as green as you think it can be. So you just need to work out if you want to be in that relationship or not. It's not about anyone else bringing something else to the table, because trust me, they'll lack other things. I think you need to just put yourself first and think, is this relationship right for me? Not about the grass.
And are you making an effort there? Or are you both making an effort? Or sit down and say, look, I'm feeling a little bit like we're a bit stale. Go and have a date night, go and have a night. If you can't afford to go out, sit in and watch a movie together, cuddle up on the sofa. I find the simplest things in a relationship are the best.
True.
Everyone wants to do so much today. They want so much in life. But actually, the little tiny things like having a coffee somewhere together.
I love
cuddling, walking along the sea front, so therapeutic. Going to the forest. Just do things that make you feel alive, and how lucky we are when there's so much worse in the world going on. Sorry, I've had my little say for today.
We love that. Okay, last question. So this is about Spencer. Do you think as a mum you had an instinct that Spencer was the one?
I did in some ways and didn't in others. But that was because I didn't really, I'm being really honest here, because I didn't really know if he would be strong enough for you, because I know you've got such a strong character.
Yeah.
And I thought, did you need someone that's really strong? So Spencer, I love him like my own son. He's an adorable man, and he's good, and they're so balanced together, and I love that, because there is that, I'm gonna get all emotional. I adore Spencer because he's got Imogen all the way, and a lot of men don't really look after people, and I think originally my instinct was a little bit like, I'm a bit unsure if he's not strong enough for Imogen, but more and more
he's grown.
Yeah, he's grown, and I think he's a very, you know, he's, bless him, has turned his life around.
Yeah.
And he's just such a quiet little wallflower that's probably never really been recognised for the nice, decent man he is, as opposed to just being growing up as a lad or whatever, and the environment he might have been in. But he is a very lovely, lovely person.
Mum never thought he was a bad person.
No.
Mum just didn't think he had enough fight for me.
Yeah.
And because at the time I was so negative about him to poor Mum and to my dad, and I was so feeding their brains with negativity because I felt like that was protecting my heart. But Mum, before anyone, was the one that did back Spencer. You did like him, you loved him as a person, but just didn't know whether he was right for me.
I think, and I just thought that, oh, she really needs someone that's a bit stronger, a bit more driven, a bit more, but actually I think that would have been the wrong person for you. And I think you really balance each other out, because when you're poorly, he's the one that's there, and you can't wish for any person better than that. Because, you know, we don't know in life what's going to happen to us, and the worst thing is having someone that doesn't really care about you when you're poorly,
and he's probably balanced me out and made me calmer.
He's balanced you out a lot, and he's good at gently putting you in your place. We all need to be put in our place, and he does it very cleverly, but he cares so much about you. And as a mum, you want someone that's going to look after your child. You're going to, because you do that as a mother, and you want to know that that person's going to care and be there when you're not here anymore, and you know that they're going to sort of always look after you and be a good dad and just be, you know, everything you want. You can end up with all these men with loads of money, and these girls go out for this sort of, I want money, I want this, I want the latest handbag, I want all that, and Imogen's always been a really hard grafter, worked really hard, a real entrepreneur, really driven, and to be honest, you know, that isn't everything. It really isn't.
Money isn't everything. Spencer works hard, he looks after me, he cares about me. You know, we don't care for money, we just love each other, and that's the main thing. You want to be comfortable. Everybody wants to drive to work hard, to be able to afford nice things. We want a house and babies and to look after everything.
Yeah, and everybody wants to drive for that, and ambition. Ambition is good, but I think sometimes people get drawn into this world that we live in of it's all about material things. Yeah, sorry, I digress. No, but Spencer is a very, very lovely boy, and I thought he was right for you, but I was worried you might not be right for him.
Too dominating.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were right for him as well.
Yeah, if I was too overpowering.
Yeah.
And intimidating.
Yeah.
Because he was quite soft.
Yeah, and I thought perhaps you need someone that's got a bit more fight and feisty and put you in your place a little bit more in some
But then
ways.
we would have been awful.
Yeah, you would have been arguing all the time, stressed out all the time. So I think you've got a really good balance.
He's so calm and relaxed and chilled, and I'm the one that's the anxious warrior, but we balance each other.
You do, and he's so caring, and he looks after you, and he pulls you together, and you look after him, and you're a rock for him. So I think you're both a rock for each other in different ways.
Yeah, he's so sweet.
So he is very cute. So Mummy loves him.
I love my
She actually gets jealous because she thinks I take his side.
She always does. Every time we even have like a little bicker, I'm like, Mum, like, you know what we're saying? My mum will be like, listen, don't you dare, like, he's my Spencer. And I'm like, are you alright? And he knows it. When I say to him, I'm like, my mum and dad always have my back. Actually, I think my mum has yours. And he like laughs, and I'm like, he does, he loves Mum.
No, I always have it. Imogen's obviously the most important to me, but I think the thing is with her, and as a woman that's older.
No, I think it's mums love boys.
No, it's not. It's the fact that if I thought he was really outrageous.
Oh yeah, of course, but he's not.
Then I would have been like, do you know what?
Yeah, I know, I get that.
But the men are stupid sometimes.
Yeah.
And they do forget to say little things.
Yeah.
Well,
and I'm not perfect, let's be honest.
We don't think the same way as each other. We're much more intense, and men are different.
And if I ever did something wrong, he wouldn't call you and be like, Imogen's being a nightmare. Like, he's just soft and sweet.
Yeah.
That is that. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please definitely give this a massive thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, as Mum says. She loves it.
Yeah.
Please definitely join my family of Huns. I want to film with my little sister again. So if you want any videos like that, please can you let me know down in the comments below. We were thinking Primark. Something with Freya and something with Primark. So if there's any suggestions you have for me and my little sister to go to Primark and do something, then definitely let us know down in the comment section below. And if you want any more videos with me and my mum, then definitely let me know, because I love filming with my mum. And I think these videos really help a lot of people, because I get a lot of messages from people saying that they don't have that relationship with their mum, or maybe they do have that relationship with their mum, but they like hearing things and being open and chatting about stories. And I think that it's really nice for everyone to be inclusive and involve everyone. I think.
But we're very natural as well,
Yeah.
aren't we? I mean, we've had our moments. We're
yeah.
a typical mum and daughter.
Oh yeah. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
But we love each other.
Oh, we're normal. We're very normal. We're not like, you know,
It's not
perfect
always
family.
like, wow.
No.
Because we do have fun together, but we laugh about it afterwards. Because
it makes you stronger.
We're very similar.
We're the same person. I feel like that's the problem with me. I'm literally the same person as my dad and the same person as my mum. So when I'm around my dad, we argue about the same shit, and when I'm with my mum, we argue about the same shit. I'm literally middle child and split down the middle. It's a stress, but it's fine. Middle child, give this video a massive thumbs up, please. I love you until next time. I'm gonna love you.
And I'm gonna leave you.
Bye.